Yes, we come to you once more from the Secretariat of NINAS. It is one thing to complain, raise alarm, make suggestions for how, just lament. It's another to have a strategic plan for how to solve a problem. Everybody has been talking about the constitution that has to be done away with. Everybody has been talking about restructuring. Everybody has been talking about even the ones that say they want to leave the union. The ones they say they want referendum now. Do a nation, Biafra nation, resource control. All those things that you want changed from what Nigeria is, offering you as at now. How will it be done? And we've heard people who probably hadn't paid enough attention to what NINAS is saying. From that constitutional force majeure, anybody who has education, anybody who can read and write, who has not read that proclamation, is shortchanging himself or herself. We plead with you, because it could mean life or death for you or people very close to you, that you read to know, or that you did not read and therefore did not know. That constitutional force majeure of December 16th, 2020, provided an elaborate framework for engaging all of that reconstruction that must now happen, that had become imperative. Whether you want outright exit from the union of death Nigeria has become for everybody, or you want a return to the autonomy levels agreed at Lancaster House, that's regional autonomy, or you want to control your resources and your environment. We hail the jaw for coming out as clearly as they came out the other day. And we rebuke the Obasanjo that was trying to rebuke them for speaking up. Anything you want, the way and means of getting it done is different from sentiment and lamentations. And therefore, in that constitutional force majeure proclamation of December 16 by NINAS 2020, we had adopted and incorporated a document titled Open Memorandum to President Muhammad Buhari on the restructuring debate from the Alliance, dated November 16, 2018. Guardian newspaper reported on it on November 18, 2020. 2018, sorry, 2 days, we wrote it out on the 16th, and it was in Guardian newspaper on the 18th. We can very easily check that out. And what was it? It is in that open memo on the restructuring debate from the NINAS Alliance, addressed directly to the president, who went to France in that period. He went to Paris to say, all these people who are looking for one adjustment or the other in the constitution, they don't seem to know what they are looking for or how it can be attained. Let them bring it. So he went pretending. And I use the word pretend advisedly, because he was part of the Fulani delegation that came to Pronaco 2005-2006. He understands exactly what we're talking about. That was why they put restructuring in their manifesto. And so now nobody seems to know how to do it. But we also took time to detail step by step, start to finish, how it can be undertaken. We have acquired a body of knowledge on this subject matter, coming from NADECO to the Pronaco that took 2 years to bring all the nationalities together to look at the options available to us, and moving on to the MNN that took this constitution to court in 2007 to say we didn't make it, and all of the things that led to the Solemn Assembly, the joint multi-regional actions that became the solemn assemblies that we saw in Port Harcourt in April of 2015, in Ibadan in September of 2017, and in Makurdi in July of 2018. Those processes have become a body of knowledge sufficient to solve this problem that is looking intractable. And so that open memo is simply, you know, to identify the two-step procedure. Anybody who is talking about calling national conference, or Basojo called national conference, Jonathan called national conference, the reason those conferences didn't work was because the modalities were wrong. If you call another conference today to say, oh, come, let us all reason again, you are going to fail as woefully, even more woefully. What needs to be done is in two stages. That is why we put those 5 points of proposition in our proclamation. Anybody who will read those 5 points will see exactly how we can come to those two stages. We must accept that that constitution we have now cannot carry us anywhere. We must accept that it has to go. We must accept that we can't go to another election under it, so that we can put a time frame. Otherwise, we'll be at this discussion another 10 years, and people will be dying in millions. And so we come down to that open memo. We adopted and incorporated it in that December 16 proclamation of 2020, so that in one hand we had stated clearly what the problem is and what the solution should be. On the other hand, by adopting that open memorandum on the restructuring debate from this alliance, we also placed on the table a step-by-step articulation of how to undertake that fundamental reconstruction that we can no longer postpone. Let nobody from after this broadcast, let nobody come saying we don't know what to do or how to do it. We challenge those who may want to say so to go to the website of NINAS to read that open memo. You can even Google it, open memorandum to President Muhammad Buhari on the restructuring debate from this alliance. And then you will see exactly what needs to be done to come to the restructuring that you want, to come to the referendum that you've been seeking. If we go in this sequence, we can guarantee that these problems will be solved and everybody in self-determination will get to where they want to go. Those who want 100% autonomy can then vote in that referendum to be by themselves. Those who are satisfied with 80% autonomy can vote in that referendum. But we must get to the point, the threshold of transitioning, where those choices will be made, because what the campaign we are leading is to restore the sovereignty and therefore the self-determination rights of the constituent components of Nigeria without exception of any section. All the nationalities, big or small, will agree among themselves how they want, in what formations they want to federate. Those who want to relate will stay together. Those who don't want to relate will say so by making maps that will exclude other people. But the whole thing is to accept now that we must go to taking that decision on how we want to live. The decision we took in 1960 at Lancaster House has been overtaken, and that is what we have to resolve now. If we do not act quickly enough to resolve it together, those who are being killed across the Middle Belt and the South, those whose future have been ruined, who are roaming all over the world, young people who are fleeing from Nigeria, I tell you, the right to self-determination, which is what they seek now, whether they are asking for restructuring or they are asking for Oodua Republic or Biafra Republic or whatever it is, or resource control, all of those things are issues of self-determination arising from the constitutional grievances imposed by the unitary constitutional arrangements. They are all connected. They are just a matter of degree of autonomy that will be acceptable to them. The process, the procedure by which that choice has to be made is what NINAS has placed on the table. Anybody who is not already a part of it, anybody who is not already a part of the campaign to shut down the journey to another election under the 1999 constitution is a part of the problem. Silence is not golden here. Silence is complicity. Tribute to Bishop Tutu, who told the whole world that keeping silent in the face of a moral question is support for the evil. Let us stand up now and join in insisting that we should go and that we must solve this problem now, other than waiting for it to consume everybody. The process for doing it is clearly articulated in that open memo. A word is enough for the wise.